Hey, my name is Joe,
And I'm Mary Beth.
and this is the best of Gen X.
We are in our 40s.
And we're siblings,
We'll talk about adulting in a world so different from the one we grew up in,
so excuse us while we save a generation.
one episode at a time.
Let's go.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I see you still have your Christmas decorations up.
I do, until my birthday on Tuesday. And then that's my treat to myself. And then when my birthday's over, I will take it down.
Happy birthday to you then, too.
Thank you.
Have any plans?
I guess we're going to go to Longhorn. Woohoo.
Oh, you are?
I guess, yeah. Would you like to join?
Sure.
You're getting the official invite on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't remember if you guys ever did that kind of thing with us for my birthday. Usually it's just mom and me and the kids, I think.
Well, the last couple of years, Jen and I have taken you out.
Yes, which I loved.
Well, then we'll just do it again. Only mom and dad will be there.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. We
So-
don't tell anybody which Longhorn and what time. Well, we don't want to get attacked.
Attacked by who?
I don't know. One of our crazy listeners.
Oh, our fans. Yes. Agreed. Okay.
Tell me how excited you are about IU.
Okay. Yeah. So IU football, as we've been leading into the postseason, which Mary Beth cares nothing about, as alum that...
I do this time.
Okay, good. So IU football was the number one seed in the college football playoff. There's 12 teams in the CFP. They are the number one ranked team in the country, the number one seed in the tournament, undefeated, and they played the semifinal game, the national semifinal game, against the Oregon Ducks. For the second time this year, they've had to face their conference foe, Oregon, and I was very nervous because it's hard to beat a team twice. Everybody said that all week, and we destroyed them butt to cheek or belt to cheek. I said butt, belt to cheeks.
Butts is very on brand for today.
That is very on brand. Maybe I did that on purpose. But the old saying, belt to cheeks, from the get-go, they just dominated them. And I was so excited.
And so this is all leading up to...
The national championship game on January 19th.
Oh, I bet you're all a Twitter.
Just constant. It's like how I spend 20 hours of my day is on Twitter for IU football.
No, I meant like you're like buzzing with energy.
Oh, yeah, that too. I am very excited. All my friends are, in this euphoric, otherworldly sort of. We're having out of body experiences watching this unfold because if anybody follows college football, IU is the second losingest program in the history of college football. They have historically been terrible. And we hired a new coach a couple seasons ago, and he's only lost 2 games in 2 years. He's a tactician. His teams play with his identity. They're all business. Very little celebration. Just score a touchdown and move on. Go kill you on defense.
Nice.
They're amazing to watch. They're fun to watch. They might be. I told a friend this might mean nothing to you, but a certain someone, it might mean something too. If you put Alabama across their jersey or Alabama on their helmet, people might say this is probably one of the best college football teams ever.
But we've got that stigma.
But because we have that stigma, people are afraid to go there. But in my lifetime, I've seen a lot of good college football teams because I watched a lot of it, and they're as good or better as any national championship team I've ever watched.
Josh has shared similar thoughts with me.
You think about every position, quarterback, linebacker, defensive end, safety, whatever. They're elite at every position.
Do you think they have a chance of, do you think they'll win?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're definitely favored because they're the number one seed. I think they're favored by a touchdown, like 7 or 8 points. But they were only favored by 3 or 4 against Oregon, and they beat them by 30-something. So they have the ability to completely just dominate any team that they play.
And they'll be playing Miami?
University of Miami. Mm-hmm.
Oh, University of Miami.
Yeah, like the Hurricanes, Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
The U, as they say.
Okay.
And the only thing I'm really nervous about is the fact that, we're clearly better than Miami. We're seated higher. Miami's, I think, is seeded 10th. They're playing it at Miami, like it's in Miami. So it's kind of a home game from Miami. But the good thing is, as you should know as an alumni of Indiana University, we have the largest fan base or the largest alumni base rather in the country, at over 800,000.
I did not know this. How would that even be? How do you even know that? How
do I know that?
How do people, like, how's that calculated? How do you even know?
I mean, there's some type of database or directory of some sort. But yeah, and so I think the crowd will be great no matter that it's playing in Miami. So we're just a better football team. Teams have to play near perfect to beat us. They can't have turnovers and penalties because we just don't beat ourselves. I think in 15 or 16 games, we've only had maybe 13 or 14 penalties total. So, Oregon fumbled, I think, once, or, dropped some passes, turned the ball over on downs a couple times. You just can't do that against IU's team this year. They will make you pay for it. And they have. Can't even believe I'm saying these words, to be honest with you.
I don't watch football, but this is a game I will definitely be watching.
I was going to say, Josh should be very invested in this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Well, speaking of New Year's, how are we doing on resolutions?
Well, I went to church this morning with my daughter and her fiance.
Yeah, that was part of your resolution list. I remember that. Funny. My daughter's very funny.
She is. Confirmed.
She's very funny. She said something this past week that just... so she's in my room, on my bed, while I'm working, and she's drawing out this 2026 resolution bingo board for herself. She's like, I'm making my 2026 resolutions. And then it's quiet for like a minute. She goes, how do you spell addiction?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I love my kid. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Addiction.
I'm like, but I can't say too much. Apparently, she believes that her dad listens to us, and he doesn't know about some things. Anyway.
So she wants to keep things close to the desk.
So she was like, I'm doing my resolutions. How do you spell addiction?
Isn't it funny when people in her generation ask how to spell something when they literally have a smartphone tethered to their hand?
The spelling thing wasn't funny to me. It was the addiction part.
And she said it so like calmly, like,
yeah, she's like, she's a 20-year-old. Yeah. She's like, I'm doing my resolutions. How do you spell addiction?
Mom, how do you spell crack addiction?
Right. That's the joke. Like, that's what's funny. And then also, she said she's been obsessed lately with buying herself a suit. She's always wanted like a pantsuit. And so she went out and got herself one. And I have to say, when she walked into the room, I was not expecting it. She looked like a total baddie. And she, of course, kept taking selfies and like celebrating herself. And I go into the kitchen to start making dinner, and I was like, "Hey, can you give me a pot, give me a lid for this pot over here?" And she was like, "Of course," because I asked her to do something as kids do. And she's bending down, looking into the cabinet where we keep the lids, and she goes, "What does it look like?" Oh, wait, I'm wearing a suit. I know exactly what it looks like. And she reaches in and grabs. She's just so damn funny.
She is.
Oh, man.
Yeah, her generation, you can't ask them to do anything unless you pay them.
Yeah.
They do not like to help do anything unless you pay them.
Not a damn thing.
I could tell Bryson when he was younger, like, go out and pull that one weed. And he'd be like, well, how much you give me for it?
Yeah.
I'll give you a high five. Go out and pull that one weed.
We have all failed. My daughter's asking to spell addiction. We have all failed.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what I have been watching this week. I have been totally invested in the figure skating U.S. National Championships. I'm back in it, folks. It goes along with my New Year's resolution to start skating, which I have done. I've gone to the rink 7 times in the last 2.5 weeks, and I'm just trying to get prepared, kind of get the feel, get used to what it feels like again, because doing it at 47 doesn't feel like it did when I was 14, and so I'm getting used to that. And I've registered for my lessons, and those will be starting soon, so I'm very excited. And the championships this year were total fire. I'm very excited. And whoever wins, like the top 2 or 3 people. That's how we determine who goes to the Olympics.
Interesting.
So the U.S. is packing some major heat for these Olympics. I'm very excited. We have somebody called the Quad God. He is Ilya Malinin. He is so adorable and so damn good. He's, 100 points, and I'm not exaggerating, a point, like above everybody else in scoring. He does quads all throughout his program, and he's the first one to be doing quad axles, which is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, as we all know.
And he's like the only one in the world doing them, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, he's just, I just can't get enough of the kind of lineup that we're going to have for the Olympics. So come February, I will be glued to my television.
Mary Beth, folks, the elite level athlete, back at it after 33 years. So you'll probably have your triple axles set up by
very soon.
Like next week?
Very soon.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. It's been going well. I do have some concerns because falling at this age is no good, right? I went to a function. It was like an adult mixer where you could just like meet other skaters in the program. And so I went on yesterday. And we were playing some games on the ice, and I was meeting new people, and we were talking about being a little too old for this and that it's a little scary. And I said, I am fall down and possibly break a hip years old. I am knee replacement years old. So
now
it is a little scary to imagine, because I've taken one nasty fall. I've only fallen once, and it was pretty bad. So I'm thinking, this is going to be scary. Well, our longtime friend and loyal listener, Amy, reached out to me after the last episode where I talked about wanting to get started again. And she was like, definitely work on your ankle strength because you don't want to fall at our age. And I told her that I had to share what she told me. She said that when she was 42, she's our age, when she was 42, she broke her leg just by putting on one of her Crocs.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding. It's hilarious, and it's something that I would totally do. And so I just wanted to let the world know that Amy did that because I think it's funny. She also mentioned something to me about something she's doing in physical therapy that I'm definitely going to have to remember to ask today's guest about later on.
Well, that can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Your favorite PT is back.
Yay!
But first, today's episode comes with a warning. We're talking about pelvic pain, bathroom habits, and things you were definitely not taught in health class.
Yes, once again, we've invited back to the show Andi, physical therapist, pelvic health expert, my BFF, and the only person we trust to explain this stuff without making it weird or making it worse.
She's basically taking the wheel today, and we're along for the ride. We're going to ask questions, reading and learning with you, dear listeners, in real time. Welcome back, Andi.
Yay, cheers, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Greetings.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yes. Oh, cheers. Click.
Remember, everyone, don't call her Andrea.
That's right. Only my friends can call me Andrea.
Okay. I'm excited.
Well,
I'm especially excited about the
Hoosiers!
Hoosiers.
Oh my
Andy's a big
gosh.
Hoosier fan. She's also an alum like
She
myself.
is.
That's right.
She
That's
is.
right.
I have a question right off the bat.
Give it to me.
You down with P.P.P?
Yeah, you know me.
Do we know what this means? Folks, we're talking about pelvic pain, peeing, and pooping. It's going to be a gas.
Especially if you can't hold it.
It's going to be a gas. Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, Mary Beth, you shrey me. You shrey me.
You're so racist.
That's a Mike Myers SNL reference.
Oh, he's racist. All right, what are you gonna drop some knowledge on us?
Myth.
Oh,
I'm myth busting, right?
Wait, can I? It's what's kept me up at night.
Okay.
I've mentioned it before, how bad I felt. So Andi was on last time to talk about pelvic health again, and we were talking about prostate and perimenopause and menopause and hormone replacement therapy and all the things. It was so great. And she just brought the heat, man. And I did not notice that her mic was not on during the second half of that show. And I've never forgiven myself. So today I'm going to be extra vigilant. So now you can begin.
Okay. We're myth busting. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Myth number 1. There is no right or wrong way to go to the bathroom.
Ask me this a couple of years ago, and I would have said, there's no right or wrong way. Come on. If there were a right way to poop or pee, they would have taught us that, right? We know that that's not the world we live in.
Yeah. It almost seems too obvious to say yes or no. No. So I'm going to say yes.
Yes, there is a right or wrong way.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Well, it is
That's what I
a
said,
myth.
setting booby traps.
That's what I said. Setting booby traps.
I mean,
No, wait. I did know there was a right way to poop. I didn't know there was a right way to pee. Unless you're talking about timing.
yeah. Well, I think it depends on. Remember, we're talking about medicine, so it depends.
Right.
If you're having issues, there's a right or wrong way to pee. Now, with pooping, I think why they're not teaching us this at a young age, I have no idea, because it's the way to go for
It's
all
so
people.
important.
For all people.
It's so important.
Everyone should have a squatty potty.
I still don't have one, but I've known for years.
What is a squatty potty?
A
Yeah.
squatty potty.
What's that?
It's essentially a stool. So,
Get it? Stool.
stool.
Man, don't.
So the reason why is when you are sitting on the toilet, if you are a certain height, if your knees are below your hips, there's a muscle called the puborectalis, and it wraps around the rectum. Well, when your knees are below your hips, that muscle gets tighter, and so it can kink the rectum, and so you have to poop around around an angle,
Yeah.
and that's not easy for anyone. So
Nor
if
is all the
you're-
pushing it
Right.
causes.
Yes.
Good
so
for you.
if you're sitting on the toilet and you have a stool, and it doesn't have to be, just your knees have to be above your hips.
Yeah, so it's a stool
That
you put your feet
releases
on.
the muscle, and then the tube and the hole are all lined up. There's
Yeah.
a straight shot out.
So Joe's face is still very puzzled. I
I've
can tell
never
he's,
heard this,
he's still
ever.
thinking of the potty thing.
I've never
what
heard
do we
of
call
that.
it?
Squatty potty is
Squatty
a brand
potty.
name.
Okay. So
but essentially,
I'm
it's
taking that to
stool.
Shark Tank.
So
Squatty potty.
you just scoot it up to your toilet and you put your feet on it and it makes your
I've never ever heard of this ever.
Yes. Yes.
Andy has a squatty
I
potty.
do have a squatty potty.
I've seen it.
Do you squatty when you potty?
I do.
Mwah.
And the reason why I say it's for everyone is because when I first learned this, Lucy was probably 4-ish, and I walked past the bathroom one day and I could hear, and for kids, for kids it's even worse because they're short, so their
Yeah.
legs are always dangling on the toilet, right?
Yeah.
So I can hear her just trying so hard. So I walk in there and she's like, I'm trying to poop, Mommy. And I'm like, okay, well, let me help you. So I got in front of the toilet and I grabbed her feet and I lifted them up so that her knees were bent more. And I said, okay, now I want you to, the second part of pooping is you have to relax the muscle, right? So the external anal sphincter has to relax for things to come out.
Ah, yes, the external anal fin.
So there's a sound that you can make.
Your mom's an external sphincter.
Kiss your
Okay.
mother with that mouth.
Right?
That seems so opposite of what we've known the act of pooping to be our entire lives. What do you do when you poop? You push.
Right.
You push hard.
Right. Get it out. Get that sucker out.
But
we
you
have
don't want
to
to hold your
relax.
breath, right?
We don't
We
ever.
have to breathe.
We have to breathe.
Right.
Don't ever hold your breath.
Yes. So the sound that you make when you're pooping is a cross between static and a hawker. You're going to go,
You have to make a sound?
yes.
No, wait.
Okay.
So this sound, if you do it correctly, creates abdominal pressure like pushing, but it relaxes the external anal sphincter.
Let's all try it right
if
now.
you do it correctly, you will feel the muscle relax.
Okay, I'm going to
It's
lift
a
my
ka
knee.
and a huh
We're at like
at
a
the same time.
We're at like a Lamaze pooping
Like
class.
this?
Yes.
Like this?
Do you feel your external anal sphincter
I
moving?
I
did.
did. I did too. Andy, do you really do that when you go?
I do.
Let's go.
So listen.
And so if you're married, like married couples, we have a hard enough time keeping the romance alive. If I hear, like my husband's a very loud pooper. Okay. Here's what I hear when he goes into the bathroom. I hear him in there going, and it's not what you think. I'm not talking about,
poor
I'm not talking
Josh.
about, no, I'm not talking about splatter. It's not what you think. What I hear is this. Okay, it sounds like this. It sounds like this. Oh.
Yeah.
He's going, oh.
It's really good. Hey, it's pleasurable to get it all out.
It is.
We're going to be in mid-podcast conversation. You're going to hear me over here randomly going, yep, still feels relaxed.
So
That is amazing.
it is. And I'm telling so I teach the 4-year-old this. She goes and she looks at me and her eyes get real big and she goes, Mommy, that was so much better.
Oh, wow. That Mallory did the same thing. My sister was watching her at the time. I think she had taken her to the gym with her, and she was in the bathroom. She's going, Aunt Jen, my poop is stuck.
Okay. So you need a stool and you need to make the sound.
Wow. Okay, like, I'm mind blown already.
It relaxes every time I do it. And by the way, folks, when she was talking about the puba homo habilis or whatever you were talking about,
Puba rectalis.
she was doing that straight to the mic and wasn't looking at any notes. Like, this woman knows this stuff.
She knows her stuff so well.
Oh, so now, and bringing up Lamaze, you don't have to hold it like, right?
Right.
You can, if you're having trouble, if it's like stuck up there and you know it's there but it's not coming down, you can cut it off, and so it does sound more like Lamaze, like.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you're having trouble with, then you can go.
Yes.
And it's doing it. It's relaxing. Just I'm so fascinated by
Mind blown.
Joe's giving us a play-by-play of his sphincter.
I'm so fascinated by
I'm
it.
telling you. And I teach people this and they are like, why? Why have I not known this my entire life? And I'm
know.
like, girl, I just found out in 2020, so I don't.
And wouldn't it make so much sense? I mean, it makes you, first of all, I'm a little angry at the person who invented the toilet. Second, I'm thinking, why don't they just make all toilets a little bit shorter for the average person?
I think because
We'd fall down.
in the United States, everything's about convenience and comfort, and the taller toilets are better for knee replacements and hip replacements.
Shout out.
Elderly and
Shout out
elderly
to all the knee
yeah.
replacement people.
Yeah, so it's hard to get up from.
Yeah. Have you
things
ever
that
been
are
in
low.
like an elementary school and you go to the
Right.
restroom and you just like fall to the toilet because
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
low
Yeah.
to the ground?
Yes. So you need the stool, folks. Everyone needs the stool.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, please.
In general, throughout your life, when you talk about poop or pooping to people, do you smell it while you're talking about it?
No.
Not usually.
Like the smell comes to my mind and my nose when I mention it every time. Why is that?
Do you have a weak stomach, I guess?
That
don't know.
your brain is just you have a really good imagination, I would say.
I guess so.
No, I don't think of it. Probably because we're mothers, and mothers do all the butt wiping, and so
Okay.
we've changed all the diapers, and
Well, you didn't hear that question from me. I was just curious. I was asking for a friend.
So with peeing, are we done with pooping? Any other questions?
I don't know. I'm pretty fascinated.
If we're moving on, I mean, I want to get some questions out of the way. And you're not a gastrointestinal, you're not a gastro doctor.
No, I'm not.
Well said, Mary
For sure.
Beth.
No.
Gastroenterologist.
She's like, you're not a gastro.
Right. Shut your sphincter hole.
Hang on, let me relax it. Wait, hang on, that didn't work. Oh, that worked. I'm relaxed.
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Can we talk about wiping has become an issue as I've gotten older.
Yes.
Now, according to my gastro doctor,
Let's
you
save
poop-
it. Let's save it for myth number 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so we're not done with pooping.
We're not done with pooping just the correct way.
Okay.
But we're not. I have a myth about gastro issues.
Listen to Andrea cutting you off and controlling everything.
I love it.
Sorry.
No, that's exactly what I want, girl. You make it so easy. Whenever you're on the show, you make it so
You in
easy.
the driver's seat, girl.
But okay, then I do have another question.
Okay.
That we have talked about, or I mentioned it on the last episode, and even in listening back just yesterday, now I'm forgetting. I don't think we went too far into it, but like, what do you recommend for women who are experiencing, who I guess have prolapse, who are experiencing discomfort during sex because all the thrusting is like pressing on the rectum?
Right.
It feels like, because I cannot be the only woman who for until I got it taken care of or looked at or whatever, I can't be the only woman my age who started to feel like she was going to poop in the middle of sex because of the pressure.
Yeah, I think
It was terrible.
I think it would depend on what we thought the issue was, whether it was because of the rectocele or because the muscles like the puborectalis could have been tight, or if you had like rectal prolapse. Like all of those things would have like played into how it was treated. So
I mean, for me specifically, it was just pelvic prolapse in general because I was having like my uterus was wanting to come out of my body, my bladder was getting wanting to fall out of my body.
Right. So you can be diagnosed with prolapse. Like every woman of that has had at least one child has some type of prolapse, right? Some descent, because you don't get out of vaginal childbirth without some relaxing and stretching of the pelvic floor. And so everyone has prolapse.
So for
it's
something,
whether or not you have symptoms with the prolapse. So you
Gotcha.
could have had, yes, you can have prolapse, but that may not be the full reason for the symptoms.
Gotcha. So if a woman were experiencing that sensation during sex, would you recommend they see their gyno, with their urologist, a gastro doctor, all the above?
Probably a gynecologist first, and then PT. I mean, because it's more of a mechanical thing, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to do an activity. You can't do the activity without pain. You need to see a PT. Now, you can go to the gynecologist or the gastro or something like that to make sure there's not something more serious going on before that. But a PT could tell you that too.
Listen to Andy steering people towards a PT. Hey, Andy, what do you do for a living again?
We're cheaper.
Just kidding. I'm teasing.
Right.
We're cheaper, and we can fix it.
And they're
And if we can't, we'll tell you can.
exactly. Okay.
Okay, so with peeing, the mechanics of peeing. For the most part, everybody's pee comes out pretty easily. You relax, comes out great. But for the people who are having troubles initiating the flow, or feelings like you're not emptying the bladder all the way, like there's something else in there, but just like I push and nothing comes out, there's a sound for you too.
A peeing sound.
It relaxes the muscles around your urethra.
Are we ready?
It is.
Now, do our leg positions matter as much? When we pee?
Leg position does not matter as much with peeing.
Okay.
The sound is
You're kidding me. You're lying.
Just like when we were
You're
kids
lying.
and we thought we acted like our babies were peeing, we would say,
Is this a parody podcast?
Yeah, you're lying.
I'm
It
not.
can't be.
I'm telling you, if you
That
do
is a
it
little
right,
too
you
on the
will
nose.
feel the muscles
I
around your
feel it. I
urethra
just did it. I feel
relax.
it. She's
try it.
correct.
Oh my God! It's spread open like a
I'm telling you.
I know.
flower in the rainforest.
And
after
then
it's-
if you feel like you're still not getting it all out, you can, or some women will say, I pee, and then I stand up and there's dribble.
what the hell is that about?
Yeah.
Could be lots of reasons.
Yeah.
However,
I'm very anxious to hear
men
this
have
question.
dribble too. Come
I
on now.
know. I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was at.
So you shake it off.
Shake it off.
I thought you were joking.
No, I was really genuinely curious on the answer.
You go, yeah.
That was
I want to act like I know what I'm talking about, but then I'm giving myself away that I dribble.
Right.
no, sincerely. I experienced this.
Okay.
Only 15% of the time. So
Hang on, let me
you
do the
can
math in my
then
head. Yeah, that's right.
you can do kind of a half stand up, sit down. You want to move your hips around a little bit, and then you want to lean forward. And leaning forward will tilt your bladder so that a little more can come out.
Damn.
This is so.
Now, it's a little, I have a little bit a harder time with men because then I have to ask them, are you standing up to pee or are you sitting to pee?
If they sit, they're not men.
I know they feel that way.
Why do they feel that way?
But if a man is having trouble urinating, sitting is better than standing for getting it to come out.
You heard it here,
Better.
folks.
Sitting relaxes the pelvic floor. Right?
Josh
When
says-
you're standing,
Josh says it's just more
the pelvic
comfortable.
floor is still working in some way to support you. So sitting is the best way to fully relax the pelvic floor.
No,
So men, if you're having trouble peeing, it's okay to sit.
I'm actually joking. I feel like as a man, I have to say that just to kind of be, keep my bro card, like my bro code thing. But I sit sometimes, especially when I'm really tired. I'll just sit.
We did talk about prostate last time, but I don't remember asking you where just their general practitioner should they get prostate exams
yes,
there?
your PCP should be doing a PSA test on you every year.
I have got to start doing that stuff.
And then if you're not, if the PSA is normal, then they have no reason to send you out. If your PSA starts to increase, they usually send you to a urologist.
Now, Joe, you won't remember this because we listened to this episode back in Scotland, so it's been a while. But I still am so heartbroken at the statistic you gave. You said prostate cancer, which I've always thought was a death sentence. Like you hear prostate, you hear pancreatic, it's like terrible. But you said prostate cancer is 90% survivable.
Absolutely.
And that's huge. And no one ever tells us. And I don't ever hear anyone stress. I mean, you hear breast exam all the time. But who is out there advocating for men's, physical health?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is your reminder, folks. It is
Get your PSA test.
It is so curable. You've just got to catch it. So
Yeah, and so we talked briefly about BPH, which is that benign prostatic hypertrophy, which is not cancer, but it's an enlargement of the prostate, which makes it harder to pee.
Yeah.
So that technique, that sitting down, leaning forward, should help you start the flow better and get more out.
excellent.
Okay.
I want to hear more.
That always makes me, every time I hear the word prostate, I always think of the Zoolander movie with Jerry Stiller when he goes, my prostate's flaring up like a freaking tiki torch. This is the most fun podcast ever.
Yeah. I'm
Honestly.
loving it.
I am too.
One other
sorry.
thing, just kind of rules to live by is for the most part, depending on
Always
depending on
depends.
your what you got going on, but you want to deny the bladder,
Yes.
but you want to listen to the bowels. So every time you have to poop, you should poop.
Yes.
Because if you let it sit there in the rectum, it can stretch the rectum out. And then over time, you have a harder time, like because it gets stretched out, you don't get the signal to your brain as quickly. And so then you can start leaking and things like that. Or
That is
lose your shit, you literally.
literally lose your shit. I have such a hard time with that. I can be in my own home. I can be in the kitchen and barely make it to the bathroom.
Yes.
So I have probably
So, yeah.
done.
So younger folks, if you have to poop, try to go right then.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you
'Cause
know,
I
if
hear
you're
a
in
lot
your
of people-
car, don't go.
But do you hear a lot of people say that, oh, I don't poop in public restrooms?
Right. Like,
I hate, like, who are you? And
Sometimes
how
you
do you
just
have
have
that
to.
superpower? Like,
Yeah.
I can't hold it.
I mean, I could hold it when I was younger, and I normally would, but
It's no bueno.
now I could probably hold it. I just am like, I know I shouldn't, so I'm not going to. And we touched on this last time, but just, you know, the bladder's a toddler. If you're always giving it what it wants, then
Yes.
it will always. So you can create an issue of urinary frequency if you're always going to the bathroom every time you have to go, or if you go just in case. We call it
yeah.
jicking, J-I-C, just in case.
Jicking.
Do not jick.
I jick all the time.
You should not pee just in case, because you're telling the bladder, you're teaching the bladder, oh, she wants to go to the bathroom when we're only X full, not when we're all the way full.
Well, because it was getting to a point for me where it was hard, like I was having trouble making it to the bathroom to pee, and that was a very new thing for me. And so I would go 2 or 3 times before leaving the house. But it's like Sheldon says in Big Bang, it's called bladder training. You'll thank me when you're 80.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can get that really strong urge to pee because of prolapse, because of tight pelvic floor muscles, because you have a UTI, because, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many reasons that you can have really strong urge. So you don't want to compound it by teaching the bladder that it's going to give you that signal when you don't really need to go. Yes.
All right.
This episode is the shit.
You are saving lives one sentence at a time.
And then one thing that you can do with pooping, if you do have prolapse, like if you have a rectocele, which is prolapse of the rectum, and we kind of touched on this last time, like the scary people coming through the wall, right?
Yes.
So your rectum is falling into the wall of your vagina, okay? If that's happening, that also creates a little bit of a bend in the rectum. So if you have, you get hard stool in there, it's heavy, it's definitely going to fall into the vagina, and then it's hard to come to the opening.
Right.
So you can do something called splinting.
Oh, Lord.
Most people don't love it, but it'll get it out, and you won't have to strain as much.
I think I know what you're going to say.
But
because
yeah.
my gynecologist asked me.
Yes.
Continue.
So some people will do it with a finger. What I suggest is take some toilet paper, put it on your fingers. You have to press on your vaginal canal to keep that from coming in, and then it'll come out.
Joe's face right now. Joe looks like that really surprised emoji. His eyes are big.
So husbands, if you walk in the bathroom and your wife has her hand, and it looks like she's
pleasuring herself. You're adequate.
She's
just
trying
to
get the poop out.
Wow.
Yes. So
He asked me-
you put pressure on the vaginal canal that will keep the prolapse from happening, so that again the hole in the tube have to line up.
To line up. I get that. So what's funny when you tell that story, like that's how I knew what you were going to say, because when my issues first started happening and I went to my gynecologist and he asked me, do you
manually, like, do you have to manually
he said,
get it out?
Do you stick your finger in your vagina to make the poop come out? And I clutched my pearls. I went, my word. I went, what on earth are you talking about? I had never, ever heard of such a... And I go,
I know you.
I know you. I was like, do women do this?
Sorcery.
I couldn't control my
That
shock.
is so funny.
But now as my problem has worsened over time, I get it.
Yes. And so did he offer you a pessary?
He did not offer me jack shit.
Okay. So a pessary
She said shit.
is, you kind of would have to Google it, because there are several types of pessaries. But a pessary is simply, as the simplified version of a pessary is it's like a plug,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
So,
So it's an instrument that goes into your vagina to push
Yes.
your poop out.
no, what you would use the pessary for is it's kind of a placeholder in the vaginal canal, and it holds everything in place.
So that bump doesn't happen at all.
Yes, so you don't get the bulging.
So is this like an implantation thing?
No, well, so I had one when I had Lucy. After I had Lucy, we had that talk where I couldn't walk on the treadmill without feeling like things were trying to get out. So so they gave me a pessary. Again, you have to Google it. There are several different kinds, shapes, sizes, that kind of thing. Your gynecologist normally fits you for it. Because
Interesting.
it has to fit a certain way, obviously.
Sure, a fitting.
Like going to a shoe store.
yeah, sure, a fitting. We get it.
I'm getting my pessary. What is it? Pissery?
Pessary.
Pessary.
So but there are some pelvic floor physical therapists that can be trained to fit pessaries.
Do you fit pessaries?
I do not fit pessaries.
Oh, damn.
Andy said, but.
So the first one they gave me was like, it kind of looked like a cube, but it had like a little ring on it so that you could reach up there and pull it out when you wanted to have sex. Because
Now
Office
that's
reference.
that is Holland Cube right there.
yeah. However, I did not like that version because, as you know, our vaginas are really good cleaners of themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so if your vagina is a really good cleaner of itself and you have something plugging it up, not so great.
Yes.
Okay.
Testify.
So I went back and I was like, this cube thing's not working, okay? So then he gave me this other one that
But wait, is it something that he would like? It's not a surgical
No.
thing. So
No.
once you're fitted for it and you have it, you just wear it up there like a diaphragm.
basically, yes.
I see. I
Like
hate,
a diaphragm would probably work.
really.
I
'Cause
mean, some
just
of
hate
them
the
do
feeling
look
of
like
something
that.
up there. I wouldn't want to feel.
It's like a tampon. Like
I could
couldn't
always feel
it.
tampons coming. That's why I stopped wearing tampons because they would
Okay.
just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
just like droop out.
And then there was
Joe?
another one he gave me that was open and
What?
worked great. And
You pay attention.
I was looking at my questions.
now with older women,
Dang,
like I'm talking
Mom.
like
We're
80s,
gonna make you face this conversation.
like in their 80s, the doctor will just say, just keep it in. Because
What's
now
it?
I've had an 80-year-old be like, one of my patients, she was like, I'm having sex every day. And I'm like, girl,
Dang.
relationship goals, okay?
Right.
Get it, girl?
But then, I have some 40-year-olds that are like, yeah, I haven't had sex in like 2 years. So like they're not getting, you don't have to take it in and out, right?
Yes,
like it could
okay.
just stay in there.
Gotcha.
TF.
We should.
But yes, if you have prolapse, you don't want to have surgery, pessary is a great option.
All right. I think we should take a break
Okay.
if that's all right.
But before we do, can I just say something?
Please.
Did you ever picture 24, 25 years ago when we used to sit in our cul-de-sac until like 2 a.m.
Smoking
just
cigarettes.
talking about life, smoking cigarettes and drinking and sitting Indian style in the summer?
I never did that, Mom.
That we would be here with gray hair talking about pee and poop health on a podcast. Did you ever envision that?
Talk about jicking.
Did you ever envision that?
No. In fact, I remember vividly in PT class when we had the one. So, like, this is not something, and I think we talked about this last time, but this is not something that you learn in PT school. You have to,
Yeah, it's extra.
go later and get extra training. But we did have like a topics class, and the lady came in and she was talking about pelvic health. And I vividly remember turning to my classmate and going, never in a million years would I do something like that. Is disgusting, blah, blah, blah.
But how funny would that be if we were in the
I am.
cul-de-sac 24 years ago and I just looked at you and you said, hey, Andy, do you think like in 25 years you'll teach me about relaxing my anal sphincter?
Did you imagine that you'd be talking to
on
Andy?
my own podcast?
Right. Did you imagine you'd be talking to Andy so comfortably about sticking your finger up your badge to make your poop come out?
That was not on my bingo card back then. In the year 2000, that was not on my bingo card.
All right, we're going to take a break. Then we're going to come back. Joe, I have some listener feedback you are going to be so happy about.
Oh, my gosh.
And then Andy's going to bust some more myths.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the
myths.
squatty potty. Hey, listeners, do you like judging people as much as we do?
Then judge us.
To submit your criticisms and complaints about our show, you can reach us at gotohell@bazinga.biz.
For all other comments, questions, or suggestions about future episodes, drop us a line. Send us a text from our website at thebestofgenx.buzzsprout.com and click on the link just above the show notes.
Or email us at thebestofgenx@gmail.com.
Okay, we are back.
We all had to go to the bathroom.
We all did, and we all made the sound. None of us had to,
No.
but we had to. We have a lot of terms to remember. Jicking,
Pessary.
pessary.
There will be a vocab test at the end.
Okay. All right.
Squatty potty.
Okay, so I have some listener feedback. I can't wait to share with everybody. I got an email. The Best of Gen X got an email this past week, and it goes like this. Hi, Joe and Mary Beth. Happy New Year. I just finished listening to your PNW Twilight episode and loved it. I have to say, you guys were so thorough with sharing your experience. It truly took me back. I wanted to thank you for all your recommendations. They really helped. I ended up driving to Cannon Beach and Indian Beach in Oregon. I went to the Carver Cafe and arrived about 2 hours before it opened, which allowed me to sit in the Charlie and Bella booth and sign their guest book. I also went to Multnomah Falls, an incredible experience. I worked my way to St. Helens, and I agree with Mary Beth. The Bella Swan House was probably my favorite experience of the entire trip. I cried a lot of happy tears. I also went to Halloween Town, and coincidentally, Jackson Rathbone, who played Jasper, happened to be there that weekend. I did a meet and greet with him, such a humble guy, and I finished my trip at the high school in Kalama. I've attached a few pictures from my solo birthday trip that you guys didn't ask for, LOL. I wish I had taken a picture with you both. Thank you for the shout out, by the way. All the best to you guys. I hope this year brings you even more adventures, and I hope our paths cross again someday. P.S. Love your podcast. Samantha Mendiola.
Oh, that's the one from Florida and Texas.
That's-
Like originally Texas and went to Florida?
She was there in line with
at
us
the museum.
at the Forks collection in Forks, and she got to go in with us, and we just chatted up.
Oh,
and
she was
I was so
awesome.
inspired that she was going on her own to fulfill this Twilight dream trip for her birthday, and it was so great to hear from her. And I'm going to share some of the pictures that she sent on our Facebook page. But Samantha, so awesome to hear
that
from
is
you.
so cool. I'm
Yeah.
glad she reached out. She was
too.
really fun to talk to.
Yeah, she really was. And so I was excited to share that with you
Man,
guys.
that is cool. That is
Yeah.
really cool.
All right. I think it's time for
Hot takes! Party time. Excellent.
time for some hot takes. Andy, you're the guest. We'll let you go first.
I struggled with hot take. I think my hot take, and it's not really a hot take, but
Good start, Andy.
talent doesn't matter, coaching does.
Ooh, interesting.
Look, she looked over at me.
Interesting.
And I say this because of the Indiana Hoosiers, who have 0 5 stars,
Speak it.
0 4 stars. They're playing against teams that have several 4 and 5 stars. And it's all about coaching. This is not the first time that I've said this, because I also see it with Joe. my Joe is starting a football program at a school who's never had football before, right? Mm. So he has a bunch of boys that have never some of them have never played a down of football in their lives. Some of them played a little bit of youth league football, and hasn't had a losing season yet. And I'm just like, these boys are not better than it's not like we have this crazy talent that the rest of the surrounding schools around us have. Mm-hmm. It's that they're coached well. They're coached well. And, and I also watch it, like my kids play sports, and there are kids on their teams that are just amazing athletes, but terrible teammates. I mean, terrible teammates. Mm-hmm. So if you get a bunch of like elite athletes that are all about themselves and all about, I'm going to be the one that changes this game, they don't play together.
They don't play well together at all.
And if you don't have a coach that's going to be like, you know what, that's not what we're doing here, then it bleeds into the team. And then nobody wants to play because it's like, well, so-and-so is going to go and take over the team, so I'll just sit back here because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying. Anyway.
I agree with you.
I think that you can take anyone who has enough talent, right? Because there are some people that just are not
cut out for it.
They're not kinetically, their kinetic ability is not good, right? And so someone who has enough talent to play the sport and enough heart and enough humble, like, I want to be taught, you put them in the right environment with the right person that can bring greatness out of them, you have a number one team, and that is the Indiana Hoosiers.
I agree with that. So beautifully said.
1,000%.
It reminds me of Dad. Our dad coached Silver Creek high school basketball, and he had an incredible program. He took them to semi-state for the first time in like 30 years.
Yep.
And it was not an extraordinarily, talented / big.
I can't wait to get my thoughts on all this.
These were not like, they
his
weren't tall.
His tallest, when I say biggest, his biggest player was 6'2".
Yeah, so it was they were kind of short in basketball standards, but they had a team dynamic that was so incredible. And Dad, his plays were incredible. And I remember watching him from the sidelines, and, they'd pull off this incredible play. I remember one time, and it was just so beautiful to watch. And everyone starts cheering, and Dad yells from the sidelines, "Try my plays, they work." And I just remember him really transforming that program. And you wouldn't think that it was possible with the team that he had, but they all had their own special contribution, and they all worked so beautifully together. So I agree, Andy. I think that's well put.
Yeah, that team in particular, Dad always told me that they were the smartest team, meaning, so they weren't the biggest, obviously, but he said I could do a scouting report, and they were like geniuses with how they studied it and learned it and applied it. He said more than any team I've ever had in my life. They just got it.
They did.
And they played everything according to the scout.
Yeah, and there was no ego anywhere on that team.
No, it was just all about winning, and everything else took care of itself.
Right.
But, there's certainly going to be situations where more talented teams beat well-coached teams. But I would say I've been beaten when I played and when I coach. I've been beaten by teams that I knew I was more physically, skill-wise, like talented. But you could tell the team was just coached so well. So, yeah, there's definitely a ton of truth to that. And it's really exciting, honestly. If you're into it like that and you coach, it's really exciting to watch that kind of happen.
It is. It's fun.
And she's right. IU football is like the perfect example that nationally it's getting recognized for. Like, he's got a system. His coaching staff, they're all connected. You can see that the players take the coach's identity, which is all business.
There's a word for that, synergy.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess, yeah. But like Coach Signetti's all business versus the previous coaching staff was not. So you can see how the players play differently or that way. And it frustrates teams because they do all the little things right, and that's coaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between coaching and there's a difference between teaching. And I don't mean teacher like in the classroom teacher sense. I mean like good coaches will say, okay, I'm a coach, so I'm coaching this play. Directionally, this is where you go. But the good ones teach why you do that, why I'm putting you here, why I'm moving you to here, why this person might think that. And that's what Dad was really good at.
Yes.
And he taught me as a young age, and that's why I think I'm able to coach a little bit, because I listened to how he taught when he coached.
When I'm coaching PTs, because I teach PTs within our practice, and it was always told to me, but experts do the basics well.
Yeah.
Right? And it, like your field of whatever, it doesn't have to be extraordinary.
Sure.
You have to do the basics well.
Yeah.
And I see Signetti as like a mastermind. He reminds me of like in Good Will Hunting, where they're sitting there doing the math on the board, and he's like, I see it,
Right.
and you all are effing it up.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my
and I
gosh,
just
that's
see
become like a
Signetti.
meme.
Yeah.
I just see Signetti
That's
just
true.
like being like,
It's that
I
old-
see it,
That is so
and
funny.
you all have it. You just don't.
It's Matt Damon taking that paper going, I'm sorry that you can't do this, but you take this and you fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's like,
It's kind of like that old saying where every team that Signetti like coaches against, they're playing checkers and he's playing chess kind of
Absolutely.
thing. It's crazy to watch.
all
So,
right. Excellent hot take, Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go Hoosiers.
How about you, Joe?
Go Hoosiers. My hot take is silence isn't awkward. People just make it awkward.
I totally couldn't agree more.
The introverts over here totally agree
Introverts
with
get it. We get it.
I like silence. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But
What you said is giving Cillian Murphy, like, there's a big stretch of memes out there of him, and it's
I
like,
like when he goes, "What's meme?"
yeah,
I love that one.
He's not online, but he is a meme hero in recent months. But I see a lot of that, and I relate to so much of it. And there's this expression like me getting angry in my 20s, and you see Leonardo DiCaprio going off on one of his roles, and then you see Cillian Murphy, me getting angry in my 40s, and he's just he just looks so damn bored. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But that's a good one.
Yes.
Silence doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. And I'm married to someone who has to fill the silence.
Yep.
I think you are too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually those people marry each other. I guess that's why it works so well.
So they can talk while I just look and say, yep.
It's like it made me think of Jennifer when we played the silent game. And Jennifer just could not wait
Right out
to
of the gate.
unleash. Yeah.
Right out of the gate. Wait, I have a question. She lose. Okay, well, my hot take, ending by bringing us full circle, my hot take has to do with the potty. So I feel like I think public restrooms in America are a disgrace. They're a travesty. They're criminal. They're such a disappointment. I don't remember seeing a bathroom in Europe that looked near as bad as the bathrooms we see here. I think that so much is expected of us in that environment, yet you do all you can to make it the nastiest place on earth. Like, I'm in a public restroom. I want to get the hell out of there as fast as possible, yet I still have to wash my hands. And there's like no soap, and the sensors don't work, and there's the paper towel thing isn't working. It's nasty. And I think, here's my hot take officially, I think we need to bring back public restroom attendants who keep it clean, keep it stocked, who give you a mint.
Yeah, I miss my mints.
Because public restrooms are nizasty in this country. Also, I gotta say, this culture of reminding employees, look, when I'm in a public restroom and I see a sign that says employees must wash hands, I'm not comforted by that. I want to run screaming from the building. And I can't be the only one. Like, oh, so your employees aren't just dumb. They're dumb and dirty. That's excellent. That's excellent. And I wonder if it's more just to make the patrons feel comfortable. It does not make me feel comfortable at all. This is just something we should all inherently know to do. If you're handling food, especially.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, America, get your public restrooms in order.
In order.
Yes.
All right, Andy, tell us more about peeing and pooping and pelvic stuff.
Myth number 2. I poop every day, so I'm not constipated.
I mean, just the way she says it.
Well, I mean, she's saying it's a myth, so
Right.
it's a myth.
That's true.
but I'm letting it sink in. Like, I have heard, however, I've heard that you should actually be pooping 2 or 3 times a day, which blows my mind. Is that true?
I mean, technically, although I don't think the body works technically
That fast.
You should be pooping as much as you're eating, right?
Dang.
So like
true.
food
I mean,
in,
that's-
food out.
I was just waiting for her to say, it depends.
It does depend.
So, okay.
I mean, I guess the question is, or the myth part of it is, if you're pooping every day, would you, if I said, how much are you pooping every day? And you're like, oh, pooping's fine. I go every day. Does that mean there's not a problem?
I've heard that you can have diarrhea and still be constipated.
That's true.
Isn't that nuts?
Really?
I know, right?
That's batshit to me.
I would have lost a bet answering it the other way.
Exactly. And when you get struck with diarrhea and things like you feel like there's literally nothing left in my body. How can you still be constipated? How does the diarrhea even get around?
Well, so that's the whole point.
Got to be rare, I would think.
So you can have areas of your bowels that are blocks, not the word because they're not blocked, but that have that are backed up
Like
with
clogged?
pooped. Yes, and yes, diarrhea will go around it.
Damn.
Yeah, so that happens a lot with kids. If they're having fecal incontinence, it's usually because they're constipated and the diarrhea is leaking around it. And that's kind of goes back to my when you have to poop because that poop's sitting in their rectum and they don't even feel that they have to go and it just leaks out because the nerve endings get.
I'm making that face again.
I know.
So can I ask the question I was going to ask earlier?
About wiping?
About wiping. Like
Wipe us?
Yes, it doesn't have anything.
Wipe.
Doesn't have anything to do
Wipe
with
us?
constipation, but
Add that to my hot take. Everyone needs a professional wiper. No, but she said that basically when you wipe after you poop, it should be almost clean.
yeah, that has to do with so there.
How does anyone reach that goal?
There's a poop chart.
I've seen the poop chart.
Yeah, it's called the Bristol Stool Scale. If you'd like to look it up there.
My
on your
gastro
phone,
doctor has
Joe.
a poop chart. And I remember waiting for her and looking at the chart going, which one am I? What does my poop look like?
Right.
Alicia Silverstone from Clueless. She has always been vegan as long as I can remember her talking about it. She said, you need S-shaped poop.
Yeah.
Is this blowing your mind, Joe?
I can't get enough of this shit.
Okay, so what's the best thing to do for constipation?
Or just like, what's it mean if it's not clear after you wipe? Like, what's that telling you? Is it telling you
your poop is supposed to be like
It's supposed to be well formed.
No, I get that.
well-formed.
And I have situations where there's nothing there. But
Yeah.
when there is it telling you that your diet sucks?
it's softer than it should be.
I think like diet is usually like some type of inflammation in the bowels that's not, getting things where they should be. But there's a definition that we go by in our practice for constipation. It's the ROME, ROME 4 scale. And so if you must have 2 or more of the following to be diagnosed as clinical constipation.
Hang on.
Yeah, click, click.
Okay,
Click.
here we go.
I'm ready.
Straining during more than 25% of defecation.
Yikes. I got that one.
Lumpy or
Check.
hard stools on the Bristol Stool Form Scale, more than 25% of the time. Sensation of incomplete evacuation, more than 25% of the time. Sensation of anorectal obstruction or blockage, more than 25% of the time.
Yep. I hit all 4.
Manual maneuvers to facilitate.
Damn it.
That's the
Mary Beth's batting
squinting.
1,000 over there.
More than 25% of the time. Digital evacuation, support of the pelvic floor. Fewer than 3 bowel movements per week. Loose stools are rarely present without the use of laxatives. and insufficient criteria for irritable bowel syndrome. So
Well, I have
if
been
you go by
diagnosed with
this,
that.
then
IBS.
even if you go every day, if you're straining, if you feel like you can't get it all out, if you're having to splint, those type things, you're still technically constipated.
Back in 2011, I strained so hard that I got the H word.
Oh no!
And I want to tell you something.
They're
I don't
no
ever
fun.
want that again.
No.
Ever. I was in tears. It hurt so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
And I can take pain.
Hemorrhoids are no fun.
They're no joke.
Josh deals with that a lot because of his job. Like he's driving a lot. He drives.
He makes that noise.
Yeah, because he's in there going, oh,
Oh, God in heaven, yes.
like, oh.
You're gonna have to teach him the sound.
I hate
And get him a squatty potty.
Yeah, I hate
Well, they
it.
say if you have a job where you sit a lot,
Yeah.
that can lead to hemorrhoids.
So what you can do for constipation? You can massage your bowels. So it's called an I love you massage.
I've done that,
Yeah.
although I didn't know I was doing it.
Yeah, so you have to do it the right way though, because you have your ascending colon, transverse colon, descending goes into the rectum. It's on the left side.
Yes.
So you have to go up on the right, over to the left,
And
down
down.
on the left.
I've seen videos of women doing that to infants.
Yes. Yeah. Babies
Just
love
like
it.
little massage. It goes up on the right, over, down on the left.
Yes.
My
so you can
genius
do that to
IQ just got
yourself.
higher because
Yes.
Andy's here today, making me that much smarter.
So in the study that they came up with it, like it increases the transit time. You're supposed to do
Transit
it
time.
like 30 minutes after you eat.
I'm thinking of Sheldon. I'm as regular as a German train station.
Because his transit time is
His
good.
transit time was good. Okay.
So you're supposed to do it 30 minutes after you eat for 15 to 30 minutes. I'm like, gosh,
Who's got the time?
got the time for that? I mean, I guess if you're watching TV, you can
don't
just
have time
lay
for that
there and
shit.
do that.
When it's time to relax, one thing stands clear.
I will do it like, sometimes I do it like as I'm going. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
get down there. I think if you're doing it, that it's helpful. Exercise is big. Like if you're just sitting around, you're not helping the colon do its thing. It's a pump, right? And so if you're not moving, it's not pumping as well. And then water intake. Do we know how much water we're supposed to have?
They've always told us 8 ounces a day, but I think
So 64.
It's half your body weight in ounces.
Good
I
grief.
didn't realize that. I was going to say a liter. We'll see. So
That's a
let's
lot.
do some calculations.
Yeah, I mean, because it's different for everybody, right? Like, little kids don't need it as much as everyone
I love
else.
that sound. My pin click.
Mary Beth's getting her TI 83
But
out.
yes,
Just
half your body weight in ounces.
So just,
So most people need somewhere
cut your weight
between
in half.
40 and 80 ounces a day.
excuse me,
wait. So you
40, what?
okay?
How many
so
80-pound adults are there running around?
Oh yeah, that
that's
wouldn't be
low.
right. Yeah, 60 to 80.
so if I weigh 160, then I need 80 ounces.
Guys, remember, she said if she weighs 160.
So
Let's not jump to any
you
conclusions.
get a 40-ounce water
I
bottle
do.
and you drink 2 of them.
And that's my doctor once told me in college that I should never go below 150. Like, I'm not embarrassed to say my number. Women really like to keep that very secret. I don't care. And
just
160 is
too-
really light for me, and 150
well,
she
plus
said
you're
would
like
be
5'7" almost or something like that.
yeah. So yeah, I'm 160, and I'm not apologizing for it. Yeah, 150 she said would be unhealthy. So I'm
So
good
I think
with
a
that.
gallon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a gallon, I can get my Texas Instrument calculator out, but I think a gallon is 128 ounces. Yes?
You're asking the wrong girl.
You're the
Girl math.
math wizard.
I'm the genius. Hang on.
I
Hey,
know,
I'm
but
the genius. Let me Google.
You're good at math, but you're not a conversion chart.
Now, if we want to tie this back into peeing, if you're a person that gets up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, which we do not want to happen, then you need to stop drinking about 2 hours before you go to bed. And I'm not saying you can't have a sip of water, but like you don't need to be drinking substantial amounts of liquid 2 hours before you go to bed if you're the kind of person that gets up in the middle of the night to pee.
Got it.
We don't you don't want to get up in the middle of the night to pee.
Okay.
So even
And
if you
don't,
have
because
to, you
my
don't.
patients are always like, well, I drink a lot of water. And I'm like, I drink a lot of water too. I don't get up in the middle of the night to pee.
But even if you have to, you're saying you don't want to.
Do not.
Why?
Yes. If the urge to pee wakes you up in the middle of the night, and it doesn't normally, I think it's okay to pee. But if you're getting up 3-4 times a night to pee, that is not normal, and you need to stop doing that.
Okay.
You know, and then of course people are like, "Well, I'll pee on myself."
All
And
right.
I'm
Well,
like,
Andi, I'll start
I
tonight.
really think that if you just fight the urge and don't get out of bed,
Don't give that
you're
toddler what it
going
wants.
to make it. Yes.
By the way, I was correct. 128 ounces in a gallon.
there you go.
I used to drink almost 2 gallons a day back when I was in 2018, 2019 shape. I don't drink as much now, obviously.
I also use TINS unit on some of my patients that are really really backed up.
Didn't you use that?
Yeah, TINS unit on your bowels.
I used one on my lower back. I still have it. I should use that.
Yeah, and you can mostly you want to use it on your left side because that's where your sigmoid colon is, and that's usually where we get backed up.
Okay.
So yeah, you can leave that puppy on for like 15-30 minutes.
And especially, I know that, these weight loss shots are
Yes.
becoming more and more available, which I think is a good thing. And I think it's making a lot of people a lot healthier. But one of the major side effects is,
It's making gastro doctors richer.
yeah, exactly, because it does block you. I mean, it slows down digestion so that you feel full longer, whatever. But that can be a real problem. So I know that a lot of our listeners, probably that applies to them because these drugs are becoming more and more.
Yeah. I'm going to answer your question too about wiping.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you wipe and it just feels like you never get it, and even if you do, like you use wet wipes or something like that and you get it all clean and then you come back and you like see skid marks and you're like, what in the world?
Yeah.
I know I was clean when I stopped. So if you have rectal prolapse, not the same as, well, I misspoke. A rectocele is when the rectum is falling into the vagina. You can have rectal prolapse, which is the rectum is basically turning in on itself. Mm-hmm. And so when you have a bowel movement, the rectum is folding outside of your body.
Yeah.
So then you're wiping and you're basically wiping the inside of your rectum.
Right. That happened when I was giving birth to Mallory because
it turns inside out.
I didn't know
So you're
this.
saying that's why it won't come out? Or
No, that's why afterwards you're wiping
and wiping
because you're basically wiping the inside of your rectum. You're not wiping
I see.
the skin of your external anal
So
sphincter.
you're saying give it time?
So what you can do,
Stop pushing so hard.
yes, so your
Get a squatty potty, make the
your
sound.
k sound is going to keep you from straining as much, and so hopefully you're not getting as much of a
It's turning inside out.
And then
makes a lot of
afterwards, you want to try to get it to come back up, obviously.
I'm laughing because I didn't know that this happened. Now, we all heard before we had our children, we all heard that sometimes when you're giving birth, you can poop on,
Right.
And of course, everyone's
Yes.
like, oh God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
But they don't tell you about rectal
They
prolapse.
don't tell you about
They
that.
don't tell you about hemorrhoids that are so
here's-
bad you have to have them surgically removed.
Here's how I found out that it happened. I'm going through these pictures because Mom was in the room, you were there. You're the reason Mallory came out. I mean, I'm just going to say that. You were helping me and pushing my leg with all your body weight. I'll never forget that. But I'm going through all these pictures that Mom took, and she took one after Mallory had come out and the doctor was holding her.
And we can see your junk in the background.
My mom was not aware. She was too caught up in the moment, and I saw. And
She didn't blur that shit out.
Listen, I saw what my ass was doing. I went, my word. I again clutched my pearls and I said, what is that? What the hell is that?
That. What the hell is that?
I was was like Ace Ventura.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell is that?
And I couldn't believe it. She was like, oh, yeah, by the way, your butthole went in. And listen, it has been imprinted in my brain. I've never been able to get rid of that visual of my head. I'm like, oh my God.
Lord, give me strength. Okay.
That is
Yes.
awesome.
But it was so funny because our mom, like, that's exactly something Terry would do, is take a picture being completely oblivious to the asshole turning that out in the background. And I'm like, no wonder Neil divorced me, for God's sake. He had to witness that and then try to have sex with me later. It was doomed.
Yeah.
We were doomed.
And Mom would put that like on TikTok or Facebook. Precious moments.
That's exactly something our mother would do. Oh, that's how I, yeah.
Okay.
That's how I discovered it.
Well, let's tell you how to fix it. So you have to squeeze. So, at this point, you want to like squeeze your butt cheeks together. So you're actually doing like more of a butt squeeze because you're trying to.
It's not a Kegel, it's a butt squeeze.
Yes, because you want to try to pull that
like,
up.
I'm doing it right now.
Yes.
Squeezing my sphincter, anal sphincter.
So you're trying to do a pelvic floor contraction, and you can put your fists together and squeeze your knees together while you're trying to do a pelvic floor contraction. And then you do the opposite. You push out into your hands. So put your hands on the outside of your knees, push out while you're doing a pelvic floor contraction because you're trying to get those muscles to activate to pull the rectum back up.
Okay. Well, okay. Gen Xers, you might remember a little movie called Threesome that came out in the 90s. And he goes, if you don't
Only us.
We went to the theater. We loved this movie so much. And there's one part in there where Stephen Baldwin, he goes, if you don't have sex soon, what's going to happen is your penis is going to turn inside out and go up inside your body. And then what do you have? A vagina.
I remember that part.
No, but then he says, if you say but one more time, but. We've said but too many times today.
One of my favorites from the 90s.
So that, yeah. And then you actually, it makes it kind of hard, but you want to be wiping and contracting at the same time because you're trying to
get it back up in there.
Go back up.
Go back up. Go back up.
Like, what is that, Caddyshack? What is wrong with your home? Go back to your home.
No, that's Happy Gilmore. Are you too good for your home?
You're too good for your home.
Well, speaking of butts, okay, I said at the beginning of the podcast that our friend Amy, who told me about breaking her leg at the age of 42 by putting on her Crocs. Amy, I love you. She said that she was on Zepbound as well. I don't know if she still is, but she's lost a ton of weight like me, and she's in physical therapy to get her ass back. I have talked openly, and I'm sure I've mentioned it on this podcast, because we've been on trips and I've needed some
ass back.
Dude, my ass is a deflated balloon. And it's something I really didn't notice until I was swimsuit shopping for our North Carolina trip to the beach. And I was supposed to be excited, like I've lost all this weight, I can get what I want. And that was a real issue. And I'm doing a lot of squeezing to get it back. And I've started my workout routine that's supposed to help my glutes. But I said, what? I think of PT as recovering from surgery,
rehab,
recovering from an injury, now pelvic issues as well. But I didn't know that you could go to a physical therapist because you lost your ass.
Well, I mean,
like if I can get a doctor's referral for that, I want that. Can you help me bring my ass back?
I mean, yeah. I mean, butt squeezes will work. But I mean, we see older adults who, I mean, just like with breast cancer, the more decades older you are, the higher
Joe,
your risk.
You're gonna have an 80-year-old man's ass one day.
So,
and it's gonna look like a deflated.
Well, we look forward to that, Greg.
Every decade older that we get, we're getting what's called sarcopenia, which is we're losing muscle.
Sarcopenia.
Sarcopenia.
Yeah. We're losing muscle. And so to keep it, you have to work harder to keep it because your body is, as you get older, is going to take it away.
Just joking.
So, yes.
I mean, is it just the good old fashioned like lunges, glute, like bridges and things like that?
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, can you switch
with the pelvic floor contraction?
Hey, Andy,
for
can you
you
switch from Marlboro Reds to Marlboro Lights, please? She's over there going.
I know, right? It's because you're all making me laugh and you're getting my lungs
after she coughs, she goes emphysema.
The mucus is coming up.
You're making my lungs work.
Yeah, can we stick to pee-peeing and poo-pooing? And stop with your cigarette cough.
Is that all we got?
On that one.
Oh, okay.
I have more.
Okay.
Are we allowed to ask questions? Are we?
Yes,
are we,
give it to me.
No, but like, I mean, I don't mean that to be funny. I mean that to say, like, are we sticking to pee-pee and pooping? P.P.P. I said pee-peeing.
Well, my next one's about pelvic
words.
pain.
Use your words.
Oh, pelvic pain, yeah.
Okay, then. Well, it's. I guess I have a pelvic pain question, but I also have a gastro health question.
Okay,
but it's not
give
really
it
the
to
pee
me.
and pooping.
Okay.
Do you know what makes people tired after eating?
Yeah, all of the blood is going to the gut, and so it's taking away some of the blood from your brain, and it makes you
Blood is going
tired.
to your gut. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that one for a minute.
Yeah.
Not the answer I was expecting.
But then there's some hormone things happening too. So increase in insulin because your body's trying to break down things. The chemical reaction that also is happening can release chemicals that make you sleepy.
Am I the only one in the room who has heart palpitations after I eat too much? Anyone else get the fast
But
heartbeat?
is that
No?
is that or is it like acid reflux?
No, like my heart races.
Because sometimes you can get that kind of chest fluttering, and they say that it's
Well, like, for example, I went to the doctor
acid
for
reflux.
a checkup right after Josh and I had just stopped somewhere for lunch. And I guess I ate fast and I was really full, whatever. And she took my heart rate and it was high. And I was like, well, I just ate. Because it always happens when I eat.
Maybe it's because your brain is revving. Okay, we got to convert it to the belly. Let's ramp up for that.
I don't know. Okay.
Her food is so sexy; it gives her heart
It
palpitations.
is so sexy.
Jeez.
It makes me sweat, literally.
But yeah, I think it's more of the change in where your blood flow is going.
Okay, fair enough.
What about pelvic pain, Joe?
My question?
Yeah.
So, and I'm thinking about women as I'm asking this.
I
was
love
thinking
that.
about men. Can pelvic pain treatment affect fertility in women? Do you know this? I've wondered this.
Well, I think it depends on what kind of treatment. So there should not be any physical therapy treatment that is affecting fertility. Things that affect fertility in women usually are like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome.
I think so.
And then endometriosis
Yeah, I've heard of
can
that.
cause fertility issues, mostly because of like scarring and the fact that your uterine tissue is on the outside of your uterus and growing on things it shouldn't grow on. And then, so going to treatment. So some women will have exploratory surgery for endometriosis because it's not something that you can like
Scan and look.
yes, it's more of a diagnosis by elimination. And so they'll do an exploratory laparoscopy. And when they do that,
Stay off the cigarettes, Andy.
I know, man. Stop making me laugh. It can cause scar tissue, and then that scar tissue can lead to infertility if
Interesting.
it's around the fallopian tubes, not allowing the egg to move as it should.
Okay. Fair enough.
Otherwise, you just, if you're born with
Yeah.
not very many eggs.
I got you.
What did you want to talk to us about pelvic pain?
Well, my myth was my back pain is always back pain.
Ooh, yeah.
And I mean, if you're good at taking tests, always means false.
False. False. I do not miss him.
Yeah. False. She used always.
So pelvic structures refer to the back refer to the hips. So if you have hip and back pain and you've been treating it as hip and back pain and it hasn't been getting better, then maybe you need to treat it as pelvic pain. Because if you think about it the other way, normally back pain refers to the legs, right? True back pain will refer other places.
Yes.
I don't follow that.
Okay, so before my neck surgery, my arm, the nerve going all the way down my arm to my fingertips, I couldn't sit, stand, lie down comfortably. It was miserable. And I went to one doctor and said, I will do this surgery. You definitely need it. That's a nasty herniation of your disc. However, I do not do surgery on smokers. Come back in a month after you've been smoke free. So I went and had like 18 cigarettes, crying because I was in so much goddamn pain. And then I went to another doctor who saw me physically and said, you can't do anything. You can't drive, sit, stand, walk. He said, I will schedule this today. And he did it. Yeah. And so it went all the way down the arm. Sometimes it affects the nerves down the legs.
Yeah. So typically back pain will refer other places than the back. It will, because the nerves are irritated, and so you feel it more in your legs or your hip.
Yeah, because think of your spine where all those nerves are running down. Yeah. It's like a column of nerves.
And so if you're just having back pain, like unless you're 16 and you can tell me why you have back pain, like I'm thinking you have pelvic pain.
Yeah.
So pelvic floor muscles, tight pelvic floor muscles, uterus, bladder, all of those things can refer to either the hips or the back. And if you're, like I said, if you're treating it like it's back pain or hip pain and it's not getting better, you need to look. You need to find a physical therapist that will look beyond your hip and your back.
Right.
And so it kind of goes back to our talk about tight pelvic floor muscles, right? And so tight pelvic floor muscles can cause urge, can cause you to think you have a UTI, can cause you to, back pain, hip pain, all the things. A lot of my treatment for people who have pelvic pain, because not just women, okay? Men have pelvic pain. They have tight pelvic floors. And so a lot of my work is internally massaging the muscles of the pelvic floor. And so I'll have a digit on the muscle.
A phalange.
And then I will take my other hand on the outside, so usually on the glute, and I will sandwich the muscle together and rub it like that. Same thing up at the top, so your
awkward.
Pubic rim is more, so lower abdominal pain, same thing, right? So I will have a finger on the pubic rim.
What if you accidentally made someone come? What would happen then?
I've never done that.
Okay. Because we're talking really dangerous territory here. I mean,
Andi doesn't know how.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never done that.
That's just okay. I'm making a joke, but it sounds very bizarre what you're describing.
Yeah.
To go to a physical therapist and know that they can do that for you.
Yeah. I think that it's more of I think it hurts. Like, think of like getting a neck massage on a muscle that's really sore. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't feel good.
Tell me this. So, am I understanding you correctly in that you could have pelvic issues without pain in your pelvic area?
Correct.
That's what it sounded like.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. And I get a lot of women that are like, why did this happen? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And, I think of the types of women, mostly women. I've only had like 2 men that I've treated specifically for pelvic pain. All the other ones have been prostatectomies. But of the women that I've seen that have this tightness in the pelvic floor that causes them to, have painful sex, which is dyspareunia. Vocab. And, trouble peeing, chronic, what they think is chronic UTIs, those type things. I've noticed that some of them have trauma, right? So they have some type of sexual trauma. I would say, unfortunately, most women do have some type of sexual trauma.
And what do you mean when you say that?
Like they've either been sexually assaulted or,
I didn't mean, I meant like, I wanted to understand, did you mean that, or did you mean like physical trauma to that area?
Well, I mean, depending on how violent it was, you could have both, right?
Okay. I didn't want to assume they were
mostly,
one and the same.
mostly like either as children or young adults, they've, done something that they didn't want to do. And that causes their pelvic muscles to tighten up. And then when they are with someone that they do want to be with, it's still, it's a physical,
Oh, that's terrible.
it's a physical thing that's happening. And so their brain doesn't know. Their brain doesn't know that the trauma is not happening and that this is someone they want to be with. Because the brain's really smart, but the brain's really stupid too. And it can't tell the difference. And so they'll just tighten up.
I have never heard any of this before in my life. You're blowing me away.
So I have women like that, which is sad because
It's so sad.
So at that point, I can help you with the muscular part. I can help you relax, but you also probably need a therapist at that point to help you like work through that trauma.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel so ignorant for never, like, you always assume that the trauma, the lasting trauma of something like that is much more psychological. I never imagined the physical toll that it literally takes on your body and how you can carry through, carry on with that pain and that dysfunction.
Yes.
Damn.
Well, and I mean, because also in my peds work, like kids that have been molested usually have problems, like they can't, like they wet the bed and they, have accidents during the day because they just,
because it's not supposed to be happening to
Right.
each other. Damn.
Exactly.
This podcast took a turn.
I did.
We took a turn.
I also have noticed that I've had a
Shit,
couple
shit.
women who had this issue. They were from very religious families.
Oh no, here we
And
go.
so I think it had to do with their idea of what sex is supposed to be, or that it's dirty, or that it's bad in some way. And so they get married and they're having sex with their husbands and they think it's dirty, and so they tighten up and they're having painful sex because they just can't relax the muscles enough to do
relax,
it.
ladies.
Right?
Relax.
It's not dirty.
Oh my goodness. I never considered.
Yeah, but then you also have so I've had women who are like post hysterectomy, post, some type of tacking surgery. Scars can be painful afterwards. Those internal scars that you have.
Yeah.
So like that, birth trauma can make you have pelvic pain. What else have I?
Well, that's a lot of
noticed?
reasons.
Yeah, yeah. And some women, some people, and you don't realize it, but that's where you hold your stress. Like just how you hold your stress in your neck, and people can be like, hey,
Yes,
relax. Well, you can't see your pelvic floor. You can't feel most people can't feel their pelvic floor. They don't know that their pelvic floor is tight. And so I have women that are like, a tampon has never been comfortable. Sex has always been painful, right?
Dear.
It's not just like it happened after I had babies. Like never. I have treated 20-year-olds that have the tightest pelvic floors I'm like, you're 20, like what? And they're type A people.
And that's where the tension is.
Yes, their tension is in their pelvic floor and they don't know it. And they've had back pain and hip pain their whole lives.
I'm sorry. So a person can literally be a tight ass.
Yes. Uptight. Uptight is a phrase.
What she said.
Oh my God. Wow. I never knew that. I guess I just never considered that you could concentrate all that tension, muscle tension there. I forget that there are muscles there.
Yes.
And it's because it's so For me, it's all neck, shoulder.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, think about when your neck's tight, it causes a headache. When your pelvic floor is tight, it's going to cause back pain, hip pain, UTI symptoms.
It's going to affect your coitus.
This is
affect your
lower
coitus
abdominal
experience.
pain.
Affect your coitus. This is the sound of my head exploding right now.
Yeah.
I know. It's everything's connected, and trauma is physical. It's a physical experience that you hold on to even when you think it's over.
I guess I just always assumed that physically things heal.
Right.
And they do.
And they do.
But they also don't.
Right.
Is what it sounds like.
Right. Well, and
just
it's your
damn.
reaction. It's almost like a PTSD reaction to this is, you know what I mean? It like puts you back into the situation again.
Wow.
Which is hard for men. Like, I can't imagine what their partners, feel like. Because and God bless these women, like some of them are like, and I just let him do it because, it hurts. It's like a 6 out of 10, but I'm just like, I can't not have sex with my husband. And I'm like, man, that sucks.
That sucks. Well, you're hearing it here.
Or some of them cry, and they're like, my husband's like, he stops and because I've
terrible.
Made him, he loses, he doesn't want to hurt me.
Right.
Those type things. So, yeah.
We need to feel comfortable enough to advocate for ourselves and investigate and not be afraid. I mean, the stuff we're talking about today, it's pretty awkward stuff for most people.
Absolutely.
I think the older you get, maybe I'm just assuming again. I think the older you get, the less fucks you give, and I don't mind talking about this stuff with anybody, but I don't know. We definitely need to get rid of the stigma of this kind of health, this part of our health.
Absolutely. I agree.
And I think we're doing that in a small way with this. Every time we have you on, I feel like there's a listener out there who's going to benefit in a big way from what you teach us.
I hope so.
I do too.
And I agree with you. I think like the things that I've learned, usually when I'm learning them, it pretty much blows my mind. And then when I see it improve with the things that I do, I'm, like I leave work that day going, this is why I do this, I had a woman the other day, cause work is work, and yes, I love what I do, but work's still work. And there are days when I'm like, do I really want to get out of bed? But the other day I saw a woman, and I didn't even do the internal exam yet. We just had our first talk, and I was telling her about the peeing and the pooping and how all the things. And she was like, I so appreciate you because I have been to several doctors and all they tell me is, here, take this pill,
Exactly.
or here, we can do this surgery. Otherwise, you can try PT, but it's like they tell them they can try PT, but they don't really give them a whole lot of hope with
if
the
they
PT.
tell them that at all.
And
if
yes,
PT comes up at all.
Right. But she is like, you have given me more information in, an hour than my doctor has given me the whole time that I've been seeing him.
Yeah, I agree.
And she was very appreciative, and I left work that day going,
yeah, I love to hear that. And I think for sure there are listeners out there that you help in a similar way. And I know I can say myself, I have been to many doctors for decades, and I've learned so much more from you about just overall health than I've ever learned, because they don't want to educate you. They want to medicate or surgically do something.
And they're in a hurry.
And then get you out the door.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but here's your reminder. Today's episode is a reminder that PT can do so much more than you think. And it should be an option that you consider when you're having issues.
I taught Joe how to pee and poop today, so I feel like I've accomplished something.
I can't,
my bucket list Check.
I'm actually excited to hear about your peeing and pooping journey from this point, Joe.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna have like some type of journal. I'm gonna take some notes.
We want to know shape, size, and your wiping condition.
Yeah. We'll share it at Mom and Dad's next time.
Make sure you're making your noises.
Oh, yes.
This was so informative and also so fun, as usual. I thank you for coming on.
I should have started with pelvic pain.
Why, do you have much more to go?
No, it was more of a downer, and
Well,
we had so much fun in the first part.
We did. It's always fun talking about pooping and
It is,
just
yeah.
potty habits in general. And I can say it. I guess it does make sense to some degree why we don't learn some of this in school. Can you imagine teaching little boys and little girls about pooping? They'd be like, ha! They wouldn't be able to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they can't handle it. But at some point in our education journey, this stuff should be taught, and it's not.
When you're a senior, you should have the class. This is how you balance your checkbook. This is how you open a checking account.
This is your position.
Is how you poop.
This is how you relax your anal sphincter.
On that note, we will say goodbye and thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening to another piece of the Gen X experience. We're saving a conversation about pelvic pain and potty habits that were never taught but desperately needed, has now been immortalized in the annals of history. Or annals of history. If you like what you heard, subscribe to the Best of Gen X wherever you get your podcasts. You never miss an episode. Andi.
This is better than the mom jokes.
Joe. Always a pleasure.
Duh.